Welcome back to Sip the Scoop. Grab your tea because this one's wild.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name Bad Boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? Like he never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about that name. Not yet.
It all started with a single post from Ye. Not a song, not a rant, but a straight up bombshell. He claimed Kim Kardashian should be arrested for what she allegedly did to Justin Bieber at Diddy's infamous parties. The internet exploded and Hollywood hasn't been the same since. You already know the scene. Diddy's empire has been under fire ever since those March 2024 raids on his Miami and LA homes. Armored trucks, agents everywhere, neighbors recording, and the feds hauling out box after box of evidence. The FBI confirmed it was all tied to an ongoing trafficking investigation connected to those notorious freak-off parties everyone's been whispering about. By spring, a grand jury in New York had hit Diddy with major charges: racketeering, transportation across state lines, and all sorts of federal crimes that could lock him away for life. The media started comparing him to R. Kelly and Epstein, and fans were left speechless. Back on Sip the Scoop, things get even messier. Kim's silence before and after those FBI raids suddenly looks way too strategic. Just weeks before the feds stormed Diddy's homes, she quietly unfollowed him on social media. No big announcement, no explanation, just gone. At the time, no one paid attention, but now that move feels like a calculated attempt to distance herself before the storm hit. And what's been coming out about Diddy's so-called gatherings is straight up chilling. Neighbors in LA claimed they saw convoys of luxury cars pulling up around 3 a.m., women in swimwear waiting at the gates, and in one viral clip, a man was even heard yelling from a Bentley that buses of minors were being dropped off at the mansion. Back on Sip the Scoop, this is where things take a darker turn. The FBI hasn't confirmed the most shocking claims yet, but official court filings from late 2023 reveal a disturbing pattern.
He broke Kim, let's say allegedly, but it was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story. Cassie's book is Kim's book.
Just weeks later, another woman came forward claiming she had been assaulted at only 17 by Diddy and 2 associates. Each new filing painted an uglier picture. Lavish parties masking a long history of manipulation, fear, and control. Now here's where Kim gets pulled in. Her name wasn't listed in those early lawsuits, but her connection to Diddy's inner circle, completely undeniable. In an old episode of her family's show, Khloe even bragged about going to one of Diddy's 2014 parties, calling it half naked. And get this, Justin Bieber, barely 20 at the time, was there too. Photos from that night still circulate online, showing Kim, Khloe, and Kylie posing beside Diddy in sparkling silver outfits. It was the height of that wild Hollywood hip-hop crossover era, when fame was everything and morality didn't matter. Back on Sip the Scoop, this next part gets even more unsettling. Justin Bieber, once seen as Diddy's teenage protege, has stayed completely silent through all of this. Sources close to him told In Touch that he doesn't want to talk publicly about his connection to Diddy, but he might have to soon. That silence says a lot. When Bieber was just 15, Diddy famously promised him a Lamborghini on camera, bragging that they spent 48 hours together that weekend. Those clips are still online, once seen as a cute mentor moment. But now, they hit totally different after everything that surfaced. Bieber, who's been open about his battles with addiction and mental health, might be holding on to painful memories that don't match the clean image Hollywood built for him. His silence feels personal, while Kim's, on the other hand, feels calculated. And Ye's accusation lands right in that space between fear and strategy. He's hinting that Kim wasn't just some random guest at Diddy's parties, but someone involved in the power web surrounding him. Now, there's no official proof backing Ye's claim, not yet, but whispers in entertainment law circles say sealed documents from early 2025 might mention a high-profile female associate who attended several gatherings later labeled as illegal. Leaked copies show redacted names that, according to online analysts, match the shape and spacing of Kim Kardashian. Welcome back to Sip the Scoop. Things are heating up because Kim Kardashian's reaction to this chaos has been suspiciously polished. She stayed silent about the Diddy case, instead focusing on her Hulu show and health updates, including reports of a brain aneurysm she blamed on stress from her divorce with Ye. But while she's playing calm on camera, her legal moves tell another story. Recently, Kim filed a defamation suit against Ray J after he claimed the Kardashians were under federal investigation. At first, people thought Ray J was just stirring drama.
I really do feel this way. This Kim Kardashian devoted her life to something, but it certainly wasn't the pursuit of academic excellence. She didn't even go to college.
His words sound more like a warning. He even said live, "The feds is coming." And now those words feel eerily close to reality. By late summer 2025, while Diddy was waiting for sentencing in New York, prosecutors quietly added new evidence from Homeland Security raids, encrypted drives rumored to contain recordings of celebrity guests. None of those files have been made public, but leaks online claim some are labeled with initials that hint at huge Hollywood names. Fans can't ignore how those alleged initials seem to line up with Kim's sudden distance and Bieber's emotional silence about that same crowd, and it doesn't stop there. Usher, another one of Diddy's old protege, has openly said he lived with Diddy as a teen and saw things he didn't understand. Even former bodyguards have talked about disturbing behavior, and outlets report Usher now refuses to let his own kids near anything resembling Puffy Camp.
And speaking of Kim Porter, because you knew Kim Porter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust the nose, man.
Insiders close to the ongoing investigation are saying the leaks about a mysterious female associate are 100% real, and that redacted evidence could be unsealed soon through new witness cooperation deals. If that happens, the story flips overnight. For the first time ever, Kim Kardashian's carefully built image as a future lawyer and justice advocate could crash straight into a federal case that prosecutors say involves over 15 years of manipulation and exploitation in Hollywood. You can literally trace how this storm has been building. Kim unfollowed Diddy in March, a quiet move that looks louder now. Bieber vanished from the spotlight. The Kardashian team reportedly scrubbed old footage mentioning Diddy from their shows. None of these things prove guilt, but together, it looks like a full-blown retreat, the kind that usually happens right before exposure hits. Even Ray J, who once mocked the Kardashians nonstop, has suddenly changed his tone, now telling reporters that people are still trying to process what those parties really were.
Like, it's just crazy. Interact with other human beings besides the children in your family all day long. We're great, I know.
Newly leaked transcripts from a sealed witness interview mention a recording labeled February 2014, Calabasas/Atlanta private residence. That description perfectly matches the night Khloe described on air as half-naked, with Justin Bieber reportedly there. Investigators say the transcript refers to a female celebrity known for reality TV and law studies, and it sent reporters scrambling to confirm who it is. Welcome back to Sip the Scoop. The timing of Kim's health scare couldn't have been more suspicious. Right as federal prosecutors wrapped up Diddy's sentencing, Kim revealed on her show that doctors had found a small brain aneurysm. She tearfully blamed it on stress from her divorce and her long-running feud with Ye, saying it was all just stress. But now, watching everything unfold, that stress seems way deeper, maybe even connected to secrets finally catching up. Whispers behind the scenes suggest Kim might have known her name could appear in sealed evidence tied to Diddy's infamous gatherings. For years, she's built her public image around being a protective mother.
I think people couldn't not see it. I think I got really disassociated, and there was like so many times where I was just like really quiet and like just trying to figure it all out, and people can kind of see that on me.
But when you compare that with the younger faces who moved through Diddy's orbit, Bieber at 15, Usher at 14, the contrast is chilling. Kim, a grown star at the time, was right there at the same parties those boys were invited to. She's always been vocal about shielding her kids' innocence, yet she stayed completely silent about what might have happened to those younger guests at the event she once called Epic Nights. That silence has started to shake how the public sees her, the image of the perfect mom colliding with whispers of Hollywood's darkest secrets. Even Ray J, who knows the Kardashian world better than most, told News Nation that a lot of people had no idea what was going on behind Diddy's doors. But insiders claim otherwise, saying Kim wasn't just a guest, but possibly a facilitator. Justin Bieber was spotted leaving one of Diddy's 2014 gatherings looking visibly uncomfortable. There's no solid proof Kim did anything illegal, but the timing fits way too perfectly. Ye keeps pointing to Bieber's 2009 clip, the one where he thanked Diddy for a Lamborghini after 48 hours together. Then there's Khloe's wild, half-naked weekend in 2014. And finally, Kim's quiet unfollow right before those federal raids. It's a timeline that feels way too precise to be coincidence. But here's the twist. Ye has been shockingly calm this time. No chaotic outbursts, no public meltdowns. Insiders say he's working quietly behind the scenes, and it's not just talk. Sources close to his legal team claim they're preparing actual court filings that reference Kim's alleged role in Diddy's social network, not as gossip, but as evidence. The filing is said to be part of a defense strategy connected to Ye's other pending suits, meaning this could officially drag Kim's name into a federal courtroom. If that happens, Kim could be forced to testify, answering under oath where she was, who she met, and what she really knew. That would flip this from tabloid chatter to real legal trouble. And the emotional timing, almost too perfect. Kim's aneurysm, her divorce, her constant image of calm motherhood. It's the classic Kardashian playbook. Pain on screen, control off camera. On Hulu, we see her crying and confessing. In real life, it's lawsuits and silence. She's suing Ray J for calling her worse than Diddy, yet his old claim that the feds are coming doesn't sound so crazy anymore. The claim, deleted messages between event organizers and celebrity guests might have vanished right when federal subpoenas hit. They didn't name names, but everyone's thinking the same person. The emotional pressure on Kim is massive right now. The public sees the polished, camera-ready Kim championing justice reform, smiling on red carpets, but behind the scenes, insiders say she's terrified about her phone records being pulled into the case. And yeah, for all his chaos, he's proving one thing.
I'm sure he's holding back additional similar pieces of evidence and probably some more damning stuff that he didn't want to put in the complaint that he may save for later.
He knows how to drag uncomfortable truths into the light. When he said Kim should be arrested, people brushed it off as bitterness. But looking back, it sounds less like a tantrum and more like a warning. Because let's be real, Ye was part of that same world. He attended those same luxury parties, sometimes right beside Kim. If anyone knows what happened behind those walls, it's him. And when you line up the timeline, it's almost eerie. In 2009, Bieber posted a video bragging about spending a weekend with Diddy. In 2010, he's seen driving Diddy's white Lamborghini. Fast forward to 2014. Khloe talks about a half-naked night where Bieber was present and Kim herself posted from that same weekend. Then early in 2025, leaked court files describe a female associate attending the same Atlanta sessions with initials that perfectly match Kim's. He's never directly accused anyone, but he's also never defended Diddy, and that silence speaks volumes. Through an insider, Bieber said he doesn't want to talk publicly about his relationship with Diddy, and that sounds less like peace and more like quiet avoidance. Fans remember Bieber's own words years ago when he admitted he was surrounded by people who prey on insecurities. Hearing that now, it hits totally different. Maybe Bieber's chosen peace over confrontation, especially with his faith and marriage grounding him. But that silence, it's starting to feel heavier, like there's a truth he's not ready to face.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these all you fake
can't bring himself to repeat. Or worse, was she part of the system that helped keep him quiet? The thought alone has fans spiraling online. And the pattern feels all too familiar. Denials, lawsuits, carefully crafted transparency. Yet under all of that, a reckoning feels closer every day. Even Kim's brain scan, the aneurysm she blamed on stress, might mean more than exhaustion. Maybe it's the weight of secrets she can't talk about publicly. Ray J's recent words about everyone still trying to digest the truth might have sounded casual, but to those paying attention, it felt like a coded warning. Even industry insiders seem to be bracing for something huge, something too explosive to say out loud. And if the whispers are true, that recordings exist implicating multiple celebrities, possibly including Kim, then Hollywood's most untouchable family could finally be facing a scandal too big to spin, too dark to edit out of a TV episode. Because let's be honest, in that world, power protects itself until it doesn't.
I think he's telling everybody exactly what they don't want to hear.
You know that silence from law enforcement usually means something major is happening behind the scenes. Negotiations, secret deals, quiet settlements. That's how these stories stay buried. But not this time. Not with Ye refusing to let it die. He's making sure the leaks keep coming, and that the truth, whatever it is, can't be erased. So where does that leave us now? A broken marriage turned legal war zone. A global pop star too scared or scarred to speak, and a powerful mogul behind bars whose encrypted files might still carry names that could rock the world if even half of what's rumored turns out real. It won't just be about where Kim was. It'll be about what she did while she was there. Could Ye really be sitting on the kind of proof that forces her into the spotlight she's been desperately avoiding? The silence, the timing, the carefully polished image, everything starts to look like part of a much bigger cover-up. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and stay tuned, because this story is far from over. Keep your eyes open and your curiosity sharper than ever, because what's coming next could shake Hollywood to its core. It all started with one shocking post from Ye. Not a song, not another rant, but a full-blown accusation.
What the sentence is, if the judge... In October, October 3rd. If the judge denies bail, then Trump is going to make a decision possibly immediately thereafter.
Most likely, the judge is going to, based on previous decisions, it feels like the judge is going to deny bail.
I don't know.
And Ye's haunting claim that she needs to be arrested might sound outrageous right now. But what if it's not a meltdown? What if he's been waiting for the exact moment to drop undeniable proof? Because if those sealed recordings turn out to be real, this story will flip from rumor to revelation overnight. We'll be tracking every court filing, every leak, and every sudden unfollow. Because if those documents ever go public, the question won't just be whether Kim Kardashian attended Diddy's parties. Nah, it'll be what she did while she was there. Could Ye be sitting on the kind of evidence that forces her into the very spotlight she's been trying to avoid? Drop your thoughts below and make sure you're locked in. Like, share, and subscribe to Sip the Scoop so you don't miss a single update.